Karen told me to take down my cross, so I made dang sure she could see it from every window in her house. Picture this. I'm setting up a wooden cross in my front yard, a quiet nod to my hometown church, thinking it's just a touch of grace for Willow Creek. Then Karen, the HOA president, storms over, demanding I yank it for ruining the neighborhood's look. Rip down a symbol of my faith? That's not just a power trip. It's a full-on declaration of war. But Karen didn't know she'd messed with the wrong guy. She figured I'd fold and haul it away. Nope. I cranked the stakes, lit that cross up like a beacon, and turned her suburban empire into a glowing spectacle. You're not going to believe how this went down. Karen thought she could snuff out my beliefs and strut off clean, but she had no clue I'd use her own rules to flood her world with light and send her packing. This story starts with a petty demand, twists through a wild plan, and lands with a showdown that'll have you cheering. Stick around because Karen's about to get blinded by her own game. Let's roll you into Willow Creek, a sleepy Illinois suburb where old oaks shade clipped lawns, kids toss footballs till dusk, and front porches hum with stories older than the street signs. I'm a retired engineer, 62, more at home tinkering in my garage than kissing up at HOA cookouts. My wife and I share this place. She's my rock, always humming hymns from her old church choir. 4 years ago, I hauled a 6-foot wooden cross from my hometown chapel, hand-carved from pews where I was baptized. We sat on our front lawn, nestled by the grass, with a soft light to glow at night. It wasn't just decor, it was where I'd stand with my coffee, feeling those Sunday sermons where my wife would pray, scout, our mutt sprawled nearby, where memories of my folks came alive. Every grain was my roots, every beam my pride, a symbol I'd guard with my life. Willow Creek wasn't all hymnals. New money crashed in, McMansions popping up like dandelions, their gates shinier than their hearts. Enter Karen, HOA president, the self-proclaimed queen of Willow Creek Estates, running things with a clipboard meaner than her perm. She didn't manage. She steamrolled. Her bylaws a straitjacket on anything free. Wrong mailbox shade? $300 fine. Too loud wind chimes? Warning letter. Clara, my neighbor, got a $400 hit for a gaudy birdbath. It had a frog. Big deal. Karen's patrols were like clockwork, her SUV prowling at dawn, clipboard snapping like a gavel, sniffing out joy like a bloodhound on a trail. Willow Creek Estates wasn't a neighborhood. It was her kingdom. Neon notices her scepter, her smug grin a wall nobody dared scale. My cross was her obsession. Planted legally on my lot, zoned free, it stood quiet. No HOA rule touched it. I kept low, mowing by day, grilling with my wife nights. No fuss. Folks knew me as the cross guy, not a rabble-rouser. I liked fading into the glow, my hometown church and the lights flicker. Claire'd swing by with pie, loving the setup, griping Karen's fines. Her mailbox took a $350 hit for chipped green. Jamal, the local carpenter, cursed a $450 smoke fine. His barbecue was straight-up poetry. Rosa, whose roses bloomed like a sunset, paid $500 for excessive petals. Petals? I'd chuckle, knowing my permits outranked Karen's pen. I'd wired grids tougher than her. A clipboard was a toy. But Karen's eyes locked on my cross. She called it tacky once, her sneer cutting deeper than hacksaw. Tacky? It was my faith, my anchor, and I defend it with every blueprint in my bones. She sent warnings, aesthetic violation, public disturbance. I fired back with permits, council nods, all clean as a whistle. Karen didn't care. Her notices piled up, each one a jab, daring me to swing. I filed them. Engineers calm holding, map the plan, don't blow a fuse. But her fines grew nastier, her threats sharper, muttering removal and lawsuits. To her, I wasn't just a neighbor, I was a holdout, and that cross, my church's heart, was her target, one she'd topple till it broke. Karen's war kicked off with a thud, a neon notice slapped on my front door, her HOA seal glaring like a warrant. She didn't knock. She barged, standing in my yard like she owned my toolbox. Your cross, she said, flipping her clipboard with a nail sharp as her smirk, is a problem. It's clashing with our aesthetic. Aesthetic? My 6-foot cross was legal, permits clean as a Sunday sermon, zoned free since I moved in. I leaned on the porch rail, sipping coffee, and slid my paperwork over, city-stamped, bulletproof. Not your lawn, Karen, I said, voice flat as a blueprint. It's my faith. Her lips twitched, eyes glinting like a fox eyeing a henhouse. Lawns don't run Willow Creek, she purred, venom lacing her yoga mom smile. Rules do, and rules have fangs. Fangs? That wasn't a chat. It was a shakedown. I peeled the notice. Scout's growl, sinking with my gut, figuring she'd back off. No dice. By week's end, notices piled, printed, official, downright nuts. Unauthorized structure, $400 fine. Visual nuisance, $300. Community disruption, $500. Disruption? My cross glowed softer than her tacky Christmas inflatables. I filed them. Engineers instincts humming. Log the data, don't swing. But Karen wasn't tossing darts. She was priming a wrecking ball. She crashed my Saturday mowing, Scout's ears pinned, her SUV parked like a tank. Clara weeded nearby. Jamal fixed a gate. Rosa watered roses. Karen ignored them, zeroing on me, clipboard tapping like a judge's gavel. That cross is tanking our property values, she said, voice dripping scorn. Take it down or we act. Act? My lawn wasn't her turf. I pushed the mower, cool as a circuit board. Permits are clean, Karen. You got no shot. Her grin turned icy. She wasn't debating, she was dictating. Clara whispered, she's trouble. Jamal nodded. Find my grill, $4.50 for smoke. Smoke? Karen's eyes dare me to swing. Then it landed, a Tuesday, my mailbox stuffed with her ultimatum. Remove religious symbol within 7 days or face $200 daily fines. Karen's signature scrawled, her meeting looming. I went to reason. She cut me off. Rules are rules. Rules? My blood boiled. Engineers don't buckle. We rewire. Karen thought she'd won, but her fangs had just tripped a switch she couldn't unplug. Karen's demand didn't just rile me. It burned my soul. Her attack no longer a jab, but a full-on siege, targeting my cross like it was junk. The fines weren't piling. They were strangling, each one a brasher lie. Excessive display. $800 fine. Excessive? My cross stood on my deed, legal as a flagpole. Light trespass. $700. My glow was dimmer than her porch spots. Then came neighborhood discord. $1,000, claiming it stirred fights. Fights? Neighbors snapped pics of it, not her lies. I locked them in my safe, instincts screaming, designed to come back. Don't short circuit. But Karen wasn't playing. She was torching, and my cross was her pyre. I sniffed a scam. Years wiring systems taught me to spot sabotage. I checked my lawn, post solid, no violations. But signs grew. Clara caught Ted, Karen's goon, scoping my yard. Said it's for a survey, she hissed. But he had a glue gun. Glue gun? Jamal saw a bar with a contractor, Karen's inspector, packing a crowbar. Inspector? More like a thug. I dusted my cross. Sticky residue, enough to flag. Rosa tipped me. Karen's at the coffee shop, crowing. Cross is toast, town's clean. Clean? This wasn't a fine. It was vandalism. And my cross. My church's heart, my fight, was her target. That Tuesday, I stood by the grass, fines mounting, then worse. My cross's light was trashed, glue gumming the socket. Rage flared, but I thought like my wife, shine, don't curse. I hit the county code, lights under 2,000 lumens, no restrictions. Inspiration struck. Why hide my cross when I could make a beacon? Bold. Iduidat bigar grids. I ordered stadium-grade LEDs, motion sensing, night only, retina searing. I moved quiet, cameras reset, permits checked. Emma, my lawyer pal, on speed dial. Karen's fines were shaky. HOA couldn't ban faith displays. First Amendment said so. I'd light up first, fight later, letting her strut in my trap. Clara's tip. Karen's HOA meeting, her stage to gloat. I lined up wiring plans, Emma's legal notes, Jamal's photos, Ted's texts. Cross find, boss happy. Happy? Not for long. Karen thought she'd won, her perma-crown. I was the engineer. This wasn't a fight. It was a spotlight, and her house was about to glow. Willow Creek woke to chatter. Neighbors buzzed. My crosses finds the talk of the block. I stood by my lawn, tools down, but my blood hummed like a live wire. Faces turned. Clara's eyes popped. You're that engineer? Jamal grinned. Knew you'd spark. Karen's HOA cronies, parked nearby, froze. Ted's coffee hit the dirt. Barb's yapper choked mid-bark. Karen lounged by her gate, latte in hand, her smirk fading. She hadn't known. Hadn't dreamed the guy she'd find was wiring her world to blaze. I checked my cross, glue cleaned, but those $200 daily fines stung like shrapnel. Karen's demands were fraud. No HOA could ban faith. Constitution said so. Then Rosa dropped the bomb. Karen's HOA chat bragged. Cross gone, vibes saved, framing my symbol as trash to prop her classy town cred. Classy? My gut roared. Engineers don't flinch. We amplify. I scoured records. Karen's bylaws, pinned solo, no votes. Fraud, bold as her perm. I dug deeper. Emma pulled HOA files. $15,000 in fines, no receipts. Funneled to Karen's cousin's consulting scam. My permits shown. Lights legal, untouchable. Then the twist. Dawn hit. My LEDs fired up, the cross glowing like a lighthouse. Karen woke to it, screaming, it's blinding. Blinding? I lit my faith, code compliant. She blasted an HOA email. Cross terrorizes neighborhood. Then called the press, hoping to bury me. Wrong move. Channel 5 rolled in, airing. HOA wages war on faith. Karen's meltdown went viral. Her trap flipped. Karen's meeting loomed. Her stage to spin lies. I rolled in, cameras ready, sign lit. Faith glows, freedom stays. She'd rage, clueless, expecting cheers. I stacked LED specs, Emma's suit, trespass, fraud, harassment, Clara's tip, Ted's texts, fines piling, boss thrilled. Thrilled? Not for long. Karen's ex-post crowed. Willow Creek's pure. Pure? She'd trashed my church's heart. I was the spark. This wasn't a fight. It was a flare, and her street was about to shine. Willow Creek's HOA hall was a powder keg. Chairs stuffed, 900 neighbors jammed in, air crackling like a fuse about to blow. Karen stormed to the podium, perm, a fortress, gloating like she'd locked her crown. "We're preserving Willow Creek," she crowed. My cross as fines her trophy, a slide slamming it as an aesthetic crime. Standards? Standards? She tried to erase my faith. Neighbors stirred. Clara's fists balled. Rose's eyes burned. Jamal leaned forward, jaw set. Karen's smirk was steel. She thought she'd owned the street. She spun lies. My cross was gaudy, a circus tanking values. Half nodded, conned, half seethed, smelling rot. Ted tossed HOA rules flyers. Floors ate them like lint. Karen glowed. "We've purified Willow Creek." Purified? My move. I rose, camera in hand, sign blazing, faith glows, freedom stays. Voice low as a bulb humming, I called. "Karen, got a light bill to share?" She froze, latte splashing, expecting cheers. Rosa hissed, "Fry her." I hit the live stream. Screen live on the HOA chat. 800 neighbors glued. Footage rolled. Karen's demand, no vote. Her smirk as she slapped on $200 daily fines. Then my permits, city back clean. The crowd roared. Jamal bellowed, "Scammer." Karen's face drained. "It's fake." I clicked. Linda's USB. Karen's email. Find the cross. No debate. Clara's clip. Karen at the diner. Cross gone. Town's mine. Ted's text to Barb. Fines locked. Pay up. Neighbors surged. Clara screamed. Fraud. My stream hit 8 million views. Phones flashing like a wildfire. I faced Karen. Sign raised. "You find my cross." Trespass, fraud, harassment. I tossed Emma's suit. $40,000 damages. Illegal fines, my light's legal. Case 2025, WC 77. "You're done." She choked. Values. Cops rolled in. My call from dawn. Sheriff Klein stepped up, cuffs gleaming. "Karen," he said, "you're under arrest." Click. Cuffs snapped on her. Ted, Barb, dragged through jeers. Karen wailed, "You can't." We did. The hall erupted. Cheers, fists high. Jamal hugging Rosa. Clara's laugh wild. Linda yelled, "HOA's done. Vote." Unanimous. Bylaws torched. Karen's crown was ash. My cross the flame. Rosa's clip hit 15 million views. Neighbors chanting, "Freedom." I stood by my sign. My church's heart alive in their roar. Willow Creek wasn't hers. It was ours. Light the fiercest spark. Karen's cuffs didn't just dim her ego. They snuffed her reign. Willow Creek blazed. Neighbors flooded the streets, hugging, laughing. Clara tossing brownies like confetti. Deputies hauled Ted out, his strut fried. Karen sobbing, "It's a setup." Setup? Her fines told the truth. The DA piled on. Trespass, fraud, harassment. Charges stacking like bricks. My suit gutted her HOA. $45,000 in fines. No votes. Pure scam. Funneled her cousin's consulting racket. No receipts. Karen's lackey flipped, naming 25 scams. Crosses, sheds, all fined, all tied to her sister-in-law's Creek Realty. Clara's fence, hit in 22, wasn't unsafe. Barb's text bragged. Paid off. Rosa's roses. Fine last spring. Same game. 100 neighbors spoke. X exploded. Hashtag Creek Justice spiking to 20 million posts. Tales from Texas to Maine. The council froze her accounts. $12 million seized. Her gazebo bulldozed. Her realty a front for scams. Karen faced 10 years. Her plea dead when Barb spilled. $250,000 in inspector bribes. Karen's name on each. Willow Creek didn't stare. CNN ran crosses glow, but we grilled saying moved on. The HOA collapsed. Board bailed, bylaws burned. Neighbors raided the office, unearthing $7 million in fines. Karen's piggy bank for spa trips, funded by Clara's birdbath, Rose's tulips. Leela to vote. New council, no fines, just trust. Karen's standards, blown out. My cross radiant. Clara clapped my shoulder. Your folks be proud. Proud? I felt them, urging me to beam on. Willow Creek didn't just mend, it shone. My cross, 6 feet tall, LEDs blazing, lit the street every night. No fines, all pride. Neighbors pitched in. Clara's bulbs, Rose's roses, Jamal's wiring, Hank's grit. It wasn't a lawn, it was us unbowed. The cross became a beacon. Folks left candles, kids drew stars. Karen? She slunk out, curtains shut, no post, no wave, just dust. My yard hosted quiet nights. Families paused, strangers prayed. I stood at dusk, scouts tail thumping. My church's heart burned bright, fiercer than ash. Freedom isn't loud, it's a spark, a town that stands firm. Got an HOA nightmare? A Karen who tried to dim your light? Drop in the comments your wildest clash we're watching from. I read every one. Hungry for your fire. Did this glow light you up? Smash that like. It's wiring truth to steel. Share with your crew, neighbors, even a guy with a loud mower. New here? Subscribe, hit the bell. We're chasing more wins, laughs, and grit. And I want you in to shine. Thanks for standing with me in Willow Creek. Keep glowing, fighting, crushing nonsense. Catch you next. Stay tough, stay true.